Bruce is out. We got the wise man, Steve Zinsmeister, in. Hello, wise man.
Hello, Gaydos.
So it's been a whirlwind of a week here on KTAR in the afternoons. We've made local, national, and international news. On Monday, it was Kari Lake on the show. And obviously yesterday we had McCain on the show. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's an interesting story because Lake is trying now to change her image. She's trying to reach out to independents. She's trying to reach out to McCain Republicans, who she completely besmirched, wise man.
It was the biggest mistake she made while running for governor.
It's the biggest mistake a politician has made in my years here at KTAR during an election. The dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody do is say to her own people in her own party, don't vote for me. And that's what she did. So we've had the drama this week. We've had the Kari Lake stuff. Oh, I was just kidding when I said John McCain was a loser. It was in jest. And then Megan, of course, yesterday came on and said, "Listen, I think everybody knows this isn't a joke. You don't say these things about a person who is dead." But man, I think we're finding out why this all happened, right?
I think we're starting to get a clue. And Megan seemed like she kind of had the inside info when she talked with us yesterday.
Okay, so why don't we do that? Why would Kari Lake, come on our show and act all nice and want independence and all these folks, right?
I want everyone's vote, whether you are a McCain, if you call yourself a McCain Republican, if you call yourself a middle-of-the-road Republican, a Trump Republican, an America First Republican, I want your vote. And guess what? I want independence votes as well, and I want disaffected Democrats. And there's a lot of them who are waking up and saying, this is not working out. I'm meeting with so many people. I'm meeting with dozens of people who weren't in my camp and weren't for me early on, and we're bringing people together.
Okay, so she wants to play nice and bring people together. By the way, if that was the Kari Lake of 2022, she might be the governor today.
Yeah, very possible. But very possible.
But we all know that clip you just heard isn't the real Kari Lake. So she's reaching out to everybody.
Notice she said, I'm reaching out to everybody, like I'm meeting with people. She didn't say they now support me.
Well, I mean...
She threw a couple names out there like Karen Taylor Robeson, but if you asked Karen Taylor Robeson if she supports Kari Lake, would she say yes?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
Okay, so then Meghan McCain came on our show yesterday, and she's like, I wonder why Kari Lake is being so nice to everybody and is reaching out to me.
My entire take on this situation is the internal polling for Kari Lake's campaign must be just staggeringly awful and scary to them when it comes to independents and McCain Republicans not voting for her. I think there's some kind of data that they've seen. There's public data we've all seen that shows that there is a giant swath of Arizonans who will never vote for this woman, in no small part because of how much she has attacked my dad, who is a beloved Arizona icon. And also there are many people like you, Bruce, who consider themselves proud McCain Republicans, and we wear that proudly. We are not MAGA, dear leader, Kim Jong-un, Trump people. And I think that her and her team have had a very, very cataclysmic misunderstanding of the people that we are, the kind of Republicans that we are, and the amount of support that my dad still has, even, 5 years in death.
All right, that's Meghan McCain. So she said there's got to be some kind of polling. Oh, we got the polling today.
Then we got the poll. We have the data.
Why don't we start with this one, okay? So it is Lake, Gallego, and possibly Sinema. Here's why Kari Lake is playing the I'm warm and fuzzy card. Lake trails Gallego by almost 20 points among independent voters.
Yeesh.
Woo.
And that's harsh because that's probably a lot of Sinema supporters.
Could be.
And if she decides she's not going to run, where do those voters decide to go? Independents
want Gallego over Kari Lake. That says a lot. Because independents like me, we like the border secure. Obviously, that's not the case. I'm not sure Gallego's ready to do very much. He's a Democrat. But that is a number that behind closed doors, Kari Lake's people are saying, listen, you're getting crushed. You're getting crushed with independents. You have no chance to win this thing unless you become warm and fuzzy to the independents, to the McCain voters that you hated so much a couple of years ago. And now we're just seeing, we're seeing just a total fake, human being. By the way, she's done this for years. She was an Obama supporter. She was big on wearing a mask at the beginning of the pandemic.
And then was very anti.
Of course. And
very
she
anti.
She can't pick a lane.
Right.
Because every lane she picks, she gets crushed.
Well, and I think it works against her that it was so recent that she was a different person. I mean, this was just the last election, 2022. If she had felt a certain way 20 years ago and then changed as a person, like Sinema was much different as a politician, much more progressive, much more liberal early in her tenure. But then as she moves to become a senator, she moves to the middle. She's now an independent.
Right.
But Kari Lake can't avoid it because it was just like 16 months ago we were talking about some of these stories.
Like she liked people in drag. Now she doesn't like people in drag. I mean, it just goes, it really, no, I mean, seriously, it goes from one to the other. Okay. So in a new head.
Didn't we have the drag queen on the show?
We did.
I feel like we did.
We did.
That was
awesome. Very entertaining. All right, so Lake trails Gallego by almost 20 among independent voters.
Not good for her.
Okay, let's just say it's a Ruben Gallego Kari Lake Senate race.
Okay.
47-37. She's getting crushed by 10. Now, again, anything can happen within the next year. There's no question about it. Gallego hasn't said a peep. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. He's winning independents, and he's winning a head-to-head matchup with Kari Lake by 10. I mean, he's rolling right now, and he's done nothing. So, how about a three-way race? Gallego, Lake, Sinema. Here's what that would look like. Gallego, 36%, Lake, 30%, Sinema, 21%. I'll tell you why Sinema is so low. Nobody knows if she's running. People are saying, I don't think she's running, so I'm probably just going to, I'll go with Lake. I'll go with Gallego. If she throws her hat into the ring, that 21% is going to go up because, again, independents like Kyrsten Sinema, and they will vote for Kyrsten Sinema. But you asked an interesting question. Where do Sinema supporters go if she doesn't run?
Yeah, because a lot of them are going to be in the middle, right? They're going to be, whether they're independents like you or if they are Republicans who don't want to go down the crazy road or they're Dems who don't want to go down their crazy road. And there certainly are two different avenues there. Where do those people fall? I tend to think that they will fall with the person they think is less polar, less crazy.
Polarizing.
And so I think that Ruben probably does get a bunch of those, but it's such a toss-up right now.
He's no great candidate.
I don't think he's a great candidate, but I don't think we have a lot of great candidates in politics anymore.
Well, as you all know, wise man, I am in the Kari Lake camp.
You just want to get rid of her and send her off to D.C.
I feel that Kari Lake could do far less damage as a U.S. senator than in a couple of years running for governor. So
you're probably right about that.
Miss Lake, you have my vote. I'm sending you out to the United States Senate where you and everyone else will get nothing done, and you'll be tied up in meetings, and you won't be able to, screw Arizona like you really could.
That is the exact reason why I don't think Sinema will run at all. Because I think she's been so discouraged by, she was at the forefront of immigration reform.
Yeah, and gun reform.
And Trump said, no, I don't like it. He's not even president. And he said, I don't like it. And it got shot down. And I think that she's not going to run for Senate because she realizes, what am I wasting my time doing here?
Or she doesn't think she can win. And if you don't think you can win a race, you'll pull a Jeff Flake.
Jeff
and you'll
Flake
be like,
did it.
you know what?
You're right.
I'm going to spend more time with my family. Oh, but yes, you're going to lose. I mean, that's what it is. That's the old, I'm going to spend more time with my family. That means you're going to get crushed in an election.
Or run for a lesser office like Debbie Lesko, who just resigned or just said, I'm not going to run for re-election to spend time with my family. And then she was like, oh, but I'm also going to run for Maricopa County Board of Supervisors.
What happened to the family?
Apparently they don't need any time with her anymore.
All right. So Gallego up almost 20 over Lake among independents. If it's just Gallego and Lake, he leads by 10. I think that is why you are seeing Kari Lake play a very, very different role reaching out to independents and even McCain Republicans who now she loves.
Good luck with that.
Isn't that sweet?
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gaydos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.